Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys the United Championship League Little Cup Championship. Your St. Louis Rampardos have head smashed our way to a 7-0 record, and now we are facing off the championship against my good friend and amazing battler, Joey PokeaimMD, my cage lock opponent who destroyed me, my opponent who destroyed me in the UCL Championship Season 1. However, I did beat him earlier in the season, and I got a little bit of lucky freeze hack, so maybe I could freeze him today, and that's going to be our plan. We're just gonna click ice punch the entire game. Yeah. Nah, man, I'm just messing around. Seriously, I've been messing around this entire Little Cup offseason, guys. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a blast, and it's just meant to bring some of these, other content makers together for a competitive match and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take this match about as seriously as I took all the other Little Cup matches. I just want to have fun, man. Joey's a great battler. His team absolutely destroys mine on paper, but I think we can win. I think we can win. So I'm gonna try to win, and if I don't win, oh well, I tried. I'll just be the guy who loses the championship every season, and you know what? That's better than not making it to the championship, right? So anyway, question of the day: who do you think was the MVP of the St. Louis Rampardos Little Cup team this season? Got some pretty big contenders in Mienfu, of course, Maru-chan. I think Majora is definitely in the running. Blue Dolph there put in some serious work. So let me know who you think was the MVP. I think if I had to cast my vote, I would definitely go Maru-chan personally. But let me know in the comment section below. Take a moment to just type out a little name there, Blue Dolph or whatever it may be. Let me know. 1,500 likes in this video would be lovely, guys. This is a championship, so turn up for that. We've been playing Little Cup for the last, this is 8 weeks in a row, so 2 months of Little Cup here. The league and the teams are randomized, so for a team that Hiker Dan's team, I think we did pretty well coming all the way to the championship. I'm actually blown away. I never played Little Cup before. I still don't play Little Cup. I just do this league for fun. So anyway, let's jump into the team here really quickly before we jump into the match, because I don't do team builders for this. Blue Dolph is not on the team. So let's look at the actual team we're bringing here. We've got Armando here. It's max speed, Jolly Armando. Allows me to outspeed that Zora and pretty much everything else this team aside from Scarfers or potential Teddy Urso with the quick feet. We've got Knockoff there, Rapid Spin to keep hazards off the field, X Scissor and Rock Blast. X Scissor mostly just because I don't want to miss the Rock Blast against something like Zora. But Armando could actually put in some work, man. I gotta be careful because he does have things like the Growlithe and stuff like that. But from a type perspective, this thing might not be too terrible. You'll see that I have very few switch-ins for his water type Pokemon, so Staryu, Shelder, those two Pokemon can put in a lot of work, and if he I wouldn't be surprised if he brought both of them. He also has a lot of priority on his team too, like Sucker Punches and Ice Shards and things like that, which really puts a hindrance on what I would normally be able to do. So like I said, from a team perspective and a matchup perspective, we definitely are at a wee bit of a disadvantage here, but hopefully we can kind of make things work. I can tell you, I think that this match is going to come down to whether he gets Scald Burns or not. I mean, if things go the way I think they're going to go, but we'll see. Anyway, so next Pokemon we're bringing is our 1-up here, making another return here. Adamant, Max Attack, Spore, Bullet Seed, Drain Punch, Synthesis, just trying to hang in there as long as you can. It doesn't look like you have a grass type, so I could definitely click Spore and potentially, put something to sleep mid-early game. Bullet Seed is there, does a lot of damage to a lot of things. Drain Punch is there just for general coverage and Zora. Synthesis to keep myself healthy. Now again, if this thing gets burned, that would be devastating, but I do have the Spore, so that could come in handy, and the Bullet Seed could break through some sturdies and stuff like that. Goldilocks coming back. I had a hard time deciding what our last Pokemon was going to be on the team, and Goldilocks ended up being the last Pokemon that I put on the team, even though it's out of order. And I'll explain why we're not bringing Blue Dolph here, who was brought to every other game. But this thing's bold, sturdy, Berry Juice, Volt Switch, Power Gem, Thunder Rock, or Thunder Wave, Stealth Rocks. This allowed me to take Stealth Rocks off Armando and put it on this guy, which allowed me to free up a slot for Rapid Spin and X Scissor because I wanted both those moves. So this thing is just general shenanigans. Hopefully it can wall some things and potentially match up decently against the Growlithe, even though it gets close combat. So I don't know, but we have that. We can hit it pretty hard and hopefully paralyze some things to allow the rest of my Pokemon to put in the work. Big St. Louis here decided to be shiny this time. I don't know why. Just decided to be shiny this match. We got Jolly with the Sheer Force and Life Orb. That's going to allow us to outspeed a lot of things in his team. Pretty much everything minus any Scarfers or setups, guys. But this thing hits really hard. And we've got Head Smash on there, as you can see. Crunch, Superpower, Rock Slide. Hits pretty good coverage against his team. Head Smash is just like, all right, I want to kill something. I'm clicking Head Smash. If he doesn't bring his Bronzor, Head Smash, I think kills everything in his team. Like, I'm pretty sure, except for Geodude. But I have other things for Geodude. So, next Pokemon is our Majora here. Majora's Mask, of course, you mask. Toxic Spikes, Knockoff, Will-O-Wisp, and Hidden Power Fighting. Why Hidden Power Fighting aDrive? Well, he's got a Zora, which I can't really do much to with Ghost-type moves. And he's got a, a Teddy Urso, which I otherwise couldn't do much to, because knocking off its poison item, or its Toxic Orb, whatever, is going to be relatively useless. And I know I can take a Crunch with this thing. thing. So I'm gonna be hitting things with hidden power, fighting, and hopefully destroying some souls. Toxic Spikes is good as he has no way to absorb them. He does have a spinner in Staryu with Natural Cure, but either way, I think I have some opportunities there. And last but not least is our legendary Imaru Chancure in the Drain Punch, Fake Out, Knockoff, Hidden Power Grass, baby. That's right, we got the Jolly Hidden Power Grass. Fake Out plus HP Grass actually kills the Geodude if he's Sturdy Berry Juice, which is pretty much what Geodude usually is. I don't know if Joey's gonna fall for that, to be honest, because the other switch to that is if I went for Fake Out High Jump Kick, I kill his Geodude. But I figured Fake Out was huge on this guy because I can kind of figure out what his Zora is. If I can Fake Out, I'll know if it's Zora on the first turn, because that's a huge issue with his team. He's got the John Cena, his Zora, he's got the Growlithe with Intimidate, he's got so many things, man. His team is too good. You take a guy like Joey, such a good battler, and then you randomize him into this amazing, diverse Little Cup team, and then you end up with who knows what you end up with. Hopefully aDrive winning the championship somehow. So that is my team, guys. That's my plan. I did not bring Bludolph. Here's why I didn't bring Bludolph. Priority on Zora, priority on Shelter that OHKOs me. Staryu is a beast, and it's irrelevant. Teddy Ursa's faster after Quick Feet. Geodude can take a hit because it's sturdy. Bronzor has Levitate. I can't OHKO Growlithe. Happiny is just annoying, and Vanilla gets Ice Shard too. So Bludolph, in my mind, was essentially useless, so I didn't even bring it. So kind of a bummer that Bludolph doesn't come to the championship. I'm sure Joey's gonna expect me to bring it, but it just didn't have the right matchup for me. So that's my plan. That's what we're rocking with. Hopefully we can pick up a W, and if we do, I'll be really excited. If we don't, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's Little Cup. I'm just trying to have fun. So that's my attitude. Hope you guys are hyped for this. It should be a good time. Definitely check out Joey's channel as well. I'm going to connect with him right now. We're going to get this match going, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, here we are. We are connected. Me and Mr. Joey PokeaimMD, my good friend. So, let's see what happens here. Let's see if I predicted his team correctly. He's got a lot of threats, man. His roster's actually pretty deep. I think the Zora's coming. I think the Geodude's coming. And then the Growlithe is a iffy, but a potentially likely pick. Shelter, Staryu, I think he's got to bring those two. Just having water types alone, it just matches up so good against my team, which is full of rock types and stuff. I could have brought Lotad, but I didn't really think it was that great. He kind of eliminated so many of my Pokemon just because of the typing that he has. So, like, I couldn't even bring Diglett, I felt like. But we'll see how things go. We'll see what he's going to bring. And my lead here is Mienfoo to Fake Out. 100%. That's the plan. I don't really think I'm going to do anything different than that, to be perfectly honest, because I can find out if he's leading with Geodude or Zora, and if it's Zora, we speed tie. So I can just Drain Punch and hopefully put in some work. So anyway, let's see what he's gonna lead with. He's got pretty much the same. No, he doesn't bring the. No, wait, hold on. He doesn't bring the Geodude. Very surprised. Instead, he brings LGM, which is interesting. So kind of my initial strategy there doesn't work, but he does bring LGM, so I'm not surprised to see that. In fact, I actually figured that there's a chance he could bring LGM, just because it hits so hard. And he brings Bronzor as well. No Teddy Ursa, so that's nice. The Bronzor is probably his Stealth Rock lead. Sorry, I just typed the wrong letters there. Let me find Bronzor. Where's Bronzor? There he is. Little plate guy, Bronzor. So he doesn't bring Teddy Ursa, he brings Bronzor. And he doesn't bring Geodude, he brings LGM. Okay, so not a huge deal here. I think my lead is still, he's gonna get Rocks up, basically. The only way I get around that is by leading with Anorith, because I can knock off the Bronzor, which isn't a terrible idea, and I can actually outpace the Zora too. So let me do that. That seems interesting. I was gonna like 100% lead with something different, but I think Anorith actually isn't a terrible lead. Because I do outspeed the Zora, and I can hit the Bronzor pretty hard with a knockoff on the first turn. So he'll get his Rocks up, but I'll be able to knock off his item. So let's just kind of see what he's going to lead with here. That's what my plan is. We'll lead with Anorith, because I do outspeed the Zora. Max speed Zora hits 17, I hit 18. So, and I do OHKO with X-Scissor. So, seems like a pretty decent lead in my opinion. Whatever. We'll see. I don't know, what is LGM usually, is LGM usually, yeah, it's usually Eviolite, so I can't OHKO him, but I could do a lot of damage to him. Alright, so we'll see who's gonna lead with here. He might just try to get those Rocks up early, which is why I've got Armando here. I could knock off and then Rapid Spin if I need to. He's gonna lead with Lil Jackie, which is his Growlithe, so pretty interesting lead there. He's gonna lead with his Growlithe, which could either be, it could be a couple different things. It could be his Growlithe, or it could be his, well, it's gotta be Growlithe because of the Intimidate, I think. So even after Intimidate, I could just Rock Blast here, or Knock Off. knockoff plus rock blast will kill. The most he could really do to me, he could burn me here, which is kind of unfortunate. Do I have anything that could switch into a burn, really? Not a whole lot, in all honesty. Goldilocks can come into a burn, so maybe Goldilocks is my best play, because then I can get my own Stealth Rocks up, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. So let's do that. Let's go to Goldilocks here. I know I could take a Willow, and I can get my own Stealth Rocks up. And if he wants to, you know, if he wants to like close combat or something in case he's got it, I think we could probably take one. Yeah, I could definitely take one after burn. So I'll just make the swap here. I don't want to overpredict anything. I don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp. So I'll switch out. I could have Rock Blast, and if I hit 4 times, I could have knocked him out. It's a little bit risky there, but it just wasn't worth it to me. So we'll go to Goldilocks, see what he's going to do. He might actually just stay in here. He's going to switch, so he was fearing the Rock Blast, so hopefully I can get a good matchup here. He's going to go into Baby Blunder, which is his Bronzor, so he's going to be able to get those rocks up right away if that's what he decides to do. So my play here is actually to get my own Stealth Rocks. I know I could spin them away later, so I'm going to get my own Stealth Rocks up. He can't really do too much to me, so I do outpace him, so I know this is the Bronzor, and I know he's going to set up Stealth Rocks. I feel pretty comfortable in that. So he does do exactly that. So he does set up Stealth Rocks here. So he does have a type advantage against me here because he could go for a move that can kind of put in some work. So I think it's in my best interest to actually Volt Switch out here. Volt Switch out on Anorith because Bronzor is not really going to do too much to me. Even if he goes for like, I mean, I guess he could Gyro Ball would be the best thing he goes for here. So maybe I should go into Shroomish. I could probably go into Shroomish and just put something to sleep. In fact, I actually really like that play. So let's do that, because if he goes for like a Gyro Ball or something, I could take it. He wants to set up like Toxic or whatever. I don't really care that much. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to go into my little Shroomish here. A little early in the game to go out to Shroomish, but I could put something asleep. And that could be very, very useful against his team. So let's do that. Let's go into our little Shroomish here. And I know his Bronzor's weakened now. He's gonna go over the Flash Cannon here. So he shows the Flash Cannon, I'm not surprised. It does very little, it does pretty much nothing. This is a good opportunity for me to just go for Spore. I lose nothing by going for Spore. So that was my play. Like, he could go into Staryu here, which is likely to be Natural Cure. And I believe if he goes into Staryu, then he might just pivot back out, which means I might want to double Spore, which I thought about already, and it could potentially cause me to lose the game by default through Sleep Clause. So I don't know how that works, but we'll see. He's going to stay in, he's going to let this thing go to sleep. So I'll take that. That allows me to put the Bronzor to sleep, and I can freely fire off either a Bullet Seed, or I can fire off a Drain Punch and get some health back. I can kind of wear this thing down. There's really not too much this thing can do to me, so I think I'm just going to fire off a Drain Punch here. He could switch into his Growlithe, but it's going to take Stealth Rocks damage as well, so not a huge deal. I'll just go for the Drain Punch. The LGM could come in as well, but again, I'm going to get Stealth Rocks damage off on the Growlithe, kind of weaken a little bit, and I do have some switch-ins for that, including my Nose Pass, which is my primary switch-in. So he's going to just stay in here, he's going to let me hit him with a Drain Punch. Isn't going to do too much, you can see I barely even touch him there, but I am going to get a little bit of health back here. And this is an exchange that I'm not too concerned about. He's actually going to stay, he's going to wake up and go for the Flash Cannon. So it's a good thing I didn't switch out. I'm going to just Spore, and then I'll Synthesis in the following turn to get my health back up, and then I can maybe switch. This is an exchange that I do win unless he's got Rest, which I highly doubt. So he's going to stay in here, so I'm going to get my Spore off, which is very, very nice, on his Bronzor, and he really can't do too much to me. I know he's going to be sleeping here. Flash Cannon's only doing a little bit of health at a time. So I'm actually just going to go for the... I could Drain Punch here, I could Synthesis. I think I'm just going to... Do I Drain Punch and get a little bit of health back, or do I Synthesis and get it all back? Let's go for the Drain Punch. I got 2 health back last time, and if he switches, I'd rather be doing damage than not doing damage, really. He's going to switch this time, so I'm going to be able to get a Drain Punch off, likely on the Growlithe. Here comes little Jackie, which is the Growlithe, so he does exactly bring that in. He takes Stealth Rocks damage down to 25%, and he's going to take this Drain Punch here, which is going to put him probably around, you know, 65%. Yeah, it's going to put him about 65%, but I do know that is the Growlithe, so I don't have to worry about the Zoro right now at this point in time. My switch here is into Nose Pass. I cannot risk him going for a Fire-type move and knocking out my 1-up here, who is just too valuable for me. So I should make a note that this thing is sleeping here. He's sleeping. I know he's sleeping. I know he's Eviolite on the Bronzor. I know the Growlithe is Eviolite and Intimidate. My switch into Goldilocks is probably pretty obvious here, but that's okay. I know I could take a close combat. He might have predicted that, but I know I could take it, and I can just get my berry juice back to full. He's going for the flare blitz here. I should be able to take this, and I'm hoping it puts me in a berry juice range. It does. It actually doesn't even do that. He's going to take a little bit of recoil here. Now, I have the beauty of being able to fire off a power gem if I want to, but I'm actually going to go for the volt switch here to try to get momentum. My berry juice should bring me back to full anyway. He is going to go for the close combat here. This is a damage roll, but I do believe I live. We don't live it. Why didn't we live that? I thought we were going to live that. Why didn't we live that? Oh boy, well that's unfortunate. I thought I was gonna live it. It said 50, dude, that was so damage. That was such a damage roll, dude. Unless he has attack investment. If I was what, 13 out of 19? Hold on, I was 13 out of 19. I was at 68. Oh, he's attack invested. So okay, what are you gonna do? He's attack invested. I would have lived it if he was like the standard defensive set, but he's not. So unfortunately, I gotta go into my homie Armando here, and Armando threatens things out like a beast. He just threatens all the things out. I could choose to go for the knockoff here, potentially knock this thing out. I can go for a rock blast. I think knockoff is actually my play. As much as I want a rapid spin, it'd be very nice to rapid spin, but the rest of my team doesn't care too much about stealth rocks, so I'd rather keep the offensive momentum going here. I'm gonna go for the knockoff here, even though I could potentially knock him out with a rock blast. I don't foresee him staying in, to be perfectly honest. I think he was gonna switch. He stays in, so I'll take a big hit here from this. Oh no, I just straight up knock him out, so I'll take that actually. That works out really well. So Growlithe killed Nose Pass. Anorith killed Growlithe. So at least I got Growlithe out of the way. So we exchanged there, and we both have our rocks up on the field. I have the ability to rapid spin. And I'm actually in a not the worst spot in the world. The problem here is Staryu, I would imagine, is gonna... Yeah, Staryu outspeeds me when it comes in here, and it can Scald, which is kind of problematic. Could also Ice Beam. I can live a Scald, though. I can, I believe, maybe. Depends. I don't know if I'm gonna live a Scald. I need to keep this thing. I feel like I need to save this thing, but I have 0 switch-ins for a Scald. Like, that's the biggest problem with this team I have, guys, is like, I have so many weaknesses. He's gonna go into Jam, so he actually goes into his Shelder here, and I do think that this Shelder is actually going to be a setup sweeper, or he's Scarfed. It's one of the two. He could potentially be Scarfed. See, if I go for Rock Blast, I actually don't knock him out, but if he's Scarfed, he kills me with Razor Shell. He has a chance to kill with Razor Shell. I think I gotta be safe here, and I think I gotta go for the Rock Blast and just try to do as much damage to this thing as I humanly possibly can, in case he is EV-late. If he's Scarfed, he just OHKOs me anyway, so I'm thinking he could be Scarfed. He is Scarfed. I had a feeling that he was, but I figured I would chance it. We actually had a chance to live that, but it was a damage roll, so again, that's fine. Anorith dies to Razor Shell from Shelder. This gives me an opportunity to go into my Shroomish here. Now that his Growlithe is gone, Shroomish is a little bit more effective than it otherwise would be. I could simply Synthesis up here if I decide, which is probably my best play just to get as much health back as I can, as I do actually match up decently well against a lot of the rest of his team. I'd rather get as much health as I can back, so let me heal back up here, and I do know that his Shelder is going to be Scarfed. So I was expecting that. I was actually expecting that to potentially be a thing. I just don't have any switch-ins. I wasn't going to switch in one up and then have him go down, so it wasn't worth it to me. So he's going to go into, what is this? LGM. So this thing is very, very scary to me. Very, very scary to me. In fact, this thing is just going to put in so much work. It's just so good. Like, its Psychic does over, like, half to me, guys. It's so ridiculous how much this thing does. And I don't have any good switch-ins for it. I really don't. I mean, I can't even switch in, like, this thing is so good. I can't even switch in Majora on this thing because it just puts in so much work. I mean, Majora is my switch in, though, and I should outspeed. So I'm going to go into Majora here because it is my switch in, and I should outspeed him. I cannot lose one up in this point in the match because of his Staryu and his Shelder. So I got to go into my homie Majora here. So we'll see if I can maybe live a Psychic and then get a knockoff off, or maybe set up my T-Spikes. He's going to go for Barrier. Very interesting. So he's going for the setup here. He's going to raise his defense sharply, and that is problematic for me. I can burn him, or I can just go for the knockoff. I think the knockoff is my safest play, so that is why I'm going to go. If I can potentially knock off and then get up T-Spikes, that would be huge, but I need to get this knockoff off here, and then the following turn I'll set up my T-Spikes. So Barrier LGM. Very cool, very cool. Not too stressed about it. I'm not like gonna overthink things. I'm just gonna click knockoff, try to get rid of an item here. His Scarf Shelter basically wins if it just clicks Razor Shell. I have 0 switch-ins, dude. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I have 0 switch-ins. He's gonna switch out here, so I'm gonna get a knockoff on something, which is nice. It's Patrick, so it is his Staryu. It's potentially a Staryu or the Zora. I'm assuming it's gonna be the, it could be the Zora, actually. It was the Zora, yeah. So he goes into his Zora. So now I see that thing, and we got his life orb, which means I can live a hit. That means I can live a hit against this thing. The problem is I have 0 switch-ins. I have 0 switch-ins for his other thing now, his LGM. Like 0 switch-ins. I can live a Dark Pulse, and I can HP Fighting and potentially knock him out with the highest damage roll ever seen to man. That is what I need to do here, is I need to get the highest damage roll anyone has ever seen in their lifetime with this hidden power fighting to knock this thing out. That's what I have to do. We got to get the highest damage roll anyone's ever seen. He's going to go for knockoff here. I live it on 5 because we're legends. We're going to pass off our mummy ability here. And if this HP fighting is amazing, it could potentially knock him out. We need like a max and a half roll here. And we're going to get it. We're going to get it, baby. HP fighting, Yamask. Yamask kills Zora with HP fighting. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yamask, you need to calm yourself down. So now we're down to LGM, Staryu, Sleeping Bronzor, and Shelder. Shelder comes in and revenge kills me here, which is problematic. I do so Shroomish, though, which can hopefully beat something. Yamask is my death fodder to LGM, although I do outspeed, so I can knock him off. The problem is LGM beats Maru-chan with Psychic, so if he gets those barriers up, it can be quite challenging. But let me see how much Mienfoo does to LGM with a knockoff. It does about 50%, and he does Oko me, so not much I can do there. Here comes his Staryu. He could try to, he can't spin against me, so I'm gonna just set up my T-Spikes, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna just set up T-Spikes. If he's gonna kill me here, so it's fine, but if I can get those T-Spikes up, that'll wear down the potential LGM and stuff like that. Maybe give me a better chance to beat him. Wait, this thing is confusing because, oh no, I was right. It was the Staryu before. Okay, so he's gonna go over the Scald here. He does knock us out. Not too surprising. We saw the Scald there. I got confused because the other thing. Okay, so he outspeeds my entire team at this point in time. All I can do here is go into 1-up and click Bullet Seed and hope that it's enough to potentially knock this thing out. I don't believe his Ice Beam is going to kill me here, so I do have the free ability to just go for Bullet Seed. If he Scald burns me here, we are in a tremendous amount of trouble, but I know I could live at least 1 hit. I could live an Ice Beam and Bullet Seed here, so that is my play. He's going to switch out probably into his Shelder, Baby Blunder, which is the Bronzor. So he brings the Bronzor back in. So I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed here, and we know that the Bullet Seed is going to do approximately 7 damage total, not even 6 damage total. It doesn't even do 7. It does 2. It does 2 damage. Okay, there's actually an opportunity for me to switch potentially into Maru-chan, or I just leave this thing in here because this thing actually has a decent matchup against some stuff. Not against the LGM though, but I can put the LGM to sleep. So you know what? I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch here. Try to get some damage off. Try to whittle this thing down. If this thing has rest, I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep. But I think one-on-one I beat this thing, and he is sleeping, so I could just put him to sleep every other turn. And then I could put something else in his team to sleep, which would be nice. The problem is that that Shelder comes in and clicks Icicle Spear, and I think he just like can win with that. Well, Mienfoo can come in, but there's a Drain Punch. He's still sleeping, which is nice. I'm gonna just Drain Punch again here. He could potentially wake up this turn, at which point I'll just put him back to sleep. So I'm just gonna Drain Punch away. If he wants to switch, that's fine. I'm not gonna predict anything. He could predict a switch here, or make a switch here, and try to go out into something fancy, but that LGM is definitely problematic, especially with the barrier. But if I could put it to sleep, that'll be fine. Can I live an Icicle Spear? Or no? I doubt it. I doubt I can. I mean, I'm pretty bulky, but Shelder, Revenge Killer, Shelder with Choice Scarf. Icicle Spear does actually kill me. He's gonna go to his LGM here, so he wants to save that Bronzor sleeping. I'm not surprised. He's gonna take this Drain Punch here, so he makes some good plays there to kind of keep this thing alive. Now, I don't know what he's gonna do here. I think I need to switch into St. Louis and just make the bold play. I think he kills me if he just goes for Psychic, but I don't really have a choice. He doesn't beat Shroomish with Psychic right now. Actually, if I go for Bullet Seed could, with a five hits on Bullet Seed, I could potentially knock him out. It's so risky, man, but I kind of need this thing. I'm gonna go for the Bullet Seed. He's gonna be faster, so he has speed investment then. He has speed investment, so he goes to the berry here, so I need some critical hits. I was gonna go into Cranidos there too, and I should have. Yeah, you can see this is gonna do approximately 0. We get a crit there? No, we just got a higher damage roll. Okay, I see you. Okay, that did approximately 0. So, can Cranidos somehow live a hit here? Because I need to get Cranidos in against this thing. Because he's +2 now. If he goes to +4, we're in trouble. Cranidos cannot come in on this thing. It cannot. I just have to basically go for another Bullet Seed and just hope that we get some luck here. Was that a speed tie? He's gonna go for the recover, so I just lose to LGM. I'm gonna be honest. I think we just lose to LGM. I think what I need to do is get a free switch in to... Oh man, I think I just lose to LGM, guys. I should have switched into Cranidos when I had the chance. He's gonna either bury her again or do something funky. I'm gonna go into Cranidos here. This is pretty much the play. If he attacks with Psychic, which I think he will, I think we just lose, to be perfectly honest. But I gotta put some pressure on him now. And I think if he clicks Psychic, I lose. I should have switched into Cranidos before. What are you gonna do? If he goes for Psychic here, he's gonna go for the Calm Mind. So actually, we're not out of this yet. Crunch is gonna do about 45%. Head Smash is gonna do more. Crunch is gonna do a good amount though. So I'm gonna go for the Crunch here, because I think I could put in some work and get a Crunch off. If I get a crit, it'll knock him out, I think. And I just want to get as much damage off as I can so I could fake out knock off with Mienfoo and hopefully knock him out, which is my hopes and dreams here. So I'm gonna go for the Crunch here. This should do about 40%, 50%. And it does a lot more than that, actually. It does a good amount. He's gonna go for the Psychic, and that will knock us out, which is fine. I'm assuming it knocks out. It does. He's Calm Mind, so now it is gonna knock us out. So this is gonna get me into my Mienfoo now. And I do believe Mienfoo can knock this thing out with a knockoff. I'm gonna double check. If I go for knockoff here, he's +2. If he's +2, knockoff does 27 to 36. I don't think it's actually guaranteed. So I'm gonna fake out and then knock off. And if he predicts that, it doesn't matter. My play is to fake out here. So I'm gonna fake out, get that little extra chip damage to hopefully guarantee that I can kill with knockoff here. Now I'm gonna go for the knockoff. I'm hopefully gonna knock this thing out and get rid of this LGM here. That's what our play is. I told you, I said in my pregame, this game is gonna come down to whether or not Scald Burns happen. He's gonna go into Bronzor and he's gonna sack off Bronzor here. So he wants to keep his LGM alive. Very interesting. I'm gonna get the knockoff of that. Will kill the Bronzor. Now he's gonna go into a Shelter, I would guess. The revenge killing Shelter here. And I can live a hit and I can go for the HP Grass and actually potentially knock him out. He would never expect it. He would never expect it coming. He probably wants the LGM to stay at health so he can actually recover up later, in fact. But I could put him to sleep with Spore. So now that his Bronzor is gone. So we're not out of this yet. Here comes Patrick, which is his Staryu. Now Staryu's a bit scary against me. I can live any hit from him. I could go for a Drain Punch here, get my health back. And Drain Punch could potentially 2-hit KO him here, but again, if he gets a burn on me, I'm in so much trouble. That's what it comes down to, dude. It comes down to the burn. If I go for knockoff here, I'll do about 30%, and then I think the Drain Punch kills him on the following turn. It's close. I think 2 Drain Punches is better than knockoff plus Drain Punch, but he has Recover too, actually. So maybe that's not the right answer. Maybe the better answer is to knockoff and then Drain Punch. Actually, knockoff plus HP Grass is a good idea too. Knockoff helps me with the Shroomish coming in later. I can't go into Shroomish right now. I don't think I can. I'm gonna go for the knockoff and then I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch and hope that the 2 together is enough. With his Eviolite on, let me just see here. With his Eviolite on, knockoff does like 30%, and then Drain Punch without the Eviolite is going to do about 50% potentially. It's really close. It's really close whether or not 2 Drain Punch is better than knockoff plus Drain Punch. I think I'm going to go for the knockoff. He's going to go for the Skull. Again, I think that this is going to come down to Skull burns here. He does a good amount to me. He gets the burn, and that's going to be the game. I really didn't have another choice, guys. My play was to do what I just did, to get the knockoff off. Now with the burn, there's really nothing I can do here. I can go for the HP Grass, though, and potentially try to knock him out without his Eviolite. But again, I don't have any switch-ins now to his other stuff, so it kind of puts me in a bit of a moot point here. HP Grass does do just a little bit more than knockoff does. I could switch out here and go into Shroomish. I'm going to try to preserve this, but realistically, I don't think, unless I get some crazy critical hits here, we're going to be able to do much. But I'll get the Regenerator back here. That Skull Burn, I knew it was going to come down to his Skull Burn, guys. I said that in my pregame. I knew that was going to be the case. I knew it was going to be down to a Skull Burn. It's not even a big deal. He's going for the Ice Beam, so he predicts the switch into Shroomish here. Not much I could do. We're going to live that on 11. I don't know if we can live another one. It's going to be a damage roll here. So my play is to go for the Spore, put this thing to sleep. And if I could live this Ice Beam, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'd be really excited about that. We live on 1, so we live in. I'm going to go for the Spore here, and then I'm actually going to probably Synthesis. I got to get back up to full here if I want to have a chance to win this. Because LGM comes in, I think LGM just wins. Because now that I'm burned, so... I mean, I could just Bullet Seed and try to knock this thing out too, is the other idea. Shelter comes in, Revenge kills me, and then I lose too. So, like, I need some serious critical hits here if I want to have a chance. I think I gotta just bank on 3 turns of him sleeping. So I'm gonna Synthesis here. He's gonna go on his Shelter, so I lose. Had I clicked, no, he's gonna go into LGM. I'm hoping that on some miracle this was a speed tie before with his LGM. He could have invested a lot of speed to outspeed Shroomish, but standard LGM actually is 9 speed, and I should be higher than that. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna Bullet Seed and hope that it's a speed tie and I win a speed tie. He won the last 2. If it is a speed tie, he's gonna recover here. So my predictions of him potentially being faster, like a fast LGM, is interesting. But I'll go for the Bullet Seeds here. Maybe a 5-turn Bullet Seed will be enough with a crit. I don't know. I doubt it, but we'll see. We're only gonna get 2 turns, so he could just recover here again. I think my only option here is to go into Mienfoo and then knock off again. But if he clicks Psychic, I lose. So I'm going to go for Bullet Seed. He's going to go for the Psychic. I don't think I'm going to live this. He doesn't get his Analytic boost. We actually do live it. There's a chance I can knock him out here with Bullet Seed. I need like 3 or 4 turns. Maybe 3 turns. There's 2. I get 2, so that's game, guys. Nothing I could do there, man. You know, it is what it is. I did my best. I tried to come out with a W here, but I knew that if Mienfoo got Scald Burn there was nothing I can do, and I had no options for Clerics on my team, so there was really nothing I can do in that situation. He just comes in with Jam at this point, and unless I get some crazy critical hits here, I don't think there's anything I can do. I'll probably just Drain Punch here just to get the health back if I can, but even then, I don't think that matters. Because I'm burned. I knew it was Ice, dude. It's so funny that I called that. I specifically was like, guys, it's going to come down to a Scald Burn. I'm just going to go with the knockoff. And I believe his Shelter comes in, and his Shelter just wins. Because he's Scarf Shelter. He could just Razor Shell or Icicle Spear. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I mean, there's a maybe I can live a hit. I doubt it, though. Revenge killing. I mean, there's a chance I can live against the Shelter and Drain Punch, and I need a critical hit. That's really what it comes down to. What's his last mine? His last mine is sleeping, so you know what? I'm gonna go for the HP Grass. Maybe we'll get a high damage roll. I mean, that's the only thing I could really do. I could Drain Punch, but then I'm dealing with trying to get a crit. I'll HP Grass, maybe. Maybe I could live the Icicle Spear. He'll miss. He's not gonna miss, so this is gonna do 2 damage each time, so I could definitely live it. I need a really high damage roll on this. Oh man, he got a 3. He got a crit there. The crit is totally gonna matter, yo. Totally gonna matter. Right, here comes my HP Grass. If this kills, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna go nuts. This would be hilarious. Oh, he lives. He's living on 1, and that's and that's gonna be it, dude. He's got a sleeping. Oh no, his Stardew's awake now. I should have put that thing to sleep before, man. I forgot that there was a natural cure. That's okay, man. It's all good, man. I knew that Burr was gonna come back to bite me, so it's not a big deal. Jam is gonna come through and hit me with an Icicle Spear, and Joey's gonna win the championship yet again. He takes 2 championships from me, but he clearly had the better team. He's a good battler, guys. I I don't even care. I'll say he's a better battle than me. I don't care. I'm just trying to have a good time. He's my good friend. So that was a lot of fun, man. And I just gotta say, I called it. I said if I get Scald burn, it's over. It's gonna come down to whether he gets the burn on the Scald, and I was right. If Mienfoo was not burned there, I think we have a legitimate chance to win that match. I really do. I really think we have a legitimate chance to win that match. But that's okay. Is what it is, man. I think it's all good, man. He played well. He prepped well. I'm not gonna complain about hacks, part of the game, man. I'll take it. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.